Hi, my name is Olivia, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the different participants and their roles in the court process. Number one is the plaintiff. The plaintiff is the injured party who sues the defendant for a crime. These include individuals, businesses, or government entities, and they are entitled to relief, and that can come in many different forms, such as money compensation. Number two are the respondents. And this can be interpreted two different ways, so I'm going to be talking about those. Number one, respondents can be people responding or completing surveys in victimization studies or self-report surveys. They can either be a victim of a crime reporting a crime that has happened to them, or it can be a person confessing a crime. Their identities are kept anonymous, but this helps people better interpret crime trends. Or in a court, they are the party that responds to the plaintiff. For example, a divorce case, they can agree or disagree to the terms of the divorce. Number three are the accused, or they can be called the defendant. This is the person or group being charged for a crime. They can decide to plead guilty or not plead guilty, but that is something that they talk about with their defense attorney, and if they plead guilty, that can sometimes mean a lesser sentence or less charge. The government must prove the defendants guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And if the accused or the defendant feels that they were wronged or that their sentence is unfair, they can appeal in a court decision. And witnesses are used to back the defendant's claim or appeal. The prosecutor is number four. This is the group charging the accused or the defendant. They gather evidence and witnesses to charge the defendant. They must prove beyond a reasonable doubt. And they also lead investigations by gathering evidence and showing that in court. Number five is the defense attorney. The defense attorney. These represent and defend the accused or defendant in court against the prosecutor. Defendants have a right to an attorney. So if they don't have enough money to have a defense attorney, they are allowed a public attorney. The defense attorney keeps clients informed and informs them on the consequences of their crime, and they protect the defendant's rights all throughout the court case. For example, they have to be present at interviews, and they must advise the defendant whether they should plead guilty or plead not guilty. They guide the defendant throughout the whole legal process. Number six is the judge. This is the only person allowed to decide a sentence for the defendant. They oversee discussions and moderates the prosecution and the defense side. And according to a scholarly journal called Settling Dissolution Cases, Court Cases and Judges' Roles, the judge prevents disruptions and reduces the need for appealed cases. So they oversee the whole legal process. Number seven is the victim. The victim is the person suffering from a crime or has suffered from a crime. They have the right to protection, they have the right to be informed, and they have the right to restitution and more. Victims are often used as witnesses for the prosecution. They provide testimony that backs up the prosecution's claim that the defendant is wrong, and they have the right to due process, fairness, respect, and the right to be free from intimidation or harassment. Number eight is the witness in the court case. They speak their testimony. This includes eyewitnesses. These are people who saw the crime happen and are explaining their what they have seen, what happened during the crime. And then there's an expert witness, which they have specialized knowledge that can help back the defense or the prosecutor, for example, forensic technicians. And there is character witnesses. These are people who knew the defendant or victim. They can provide insight on their personality. And then there's the insider witness, which has a direct connection to the accused. Number 9 are the police. They have the power to control any harm done in their assigned area. They are the first legal group to appear on a crime scene. They investigate the crime scene, they apprehend the person who has done the crime, and they bring people to jail. Witnesses often give their statements to police, and they can also be a witness in some court cases based on their observations. And they enforce laws, prevent crimes, and respond to emergencies. Number 10 are the members of the jury. These people are a group of people selected from a community who aren't biased. They cannot have any connections to any of the witnesses or any of the victims, the defendants. They can't have any biased intentions. They decide whether the defendant is guilty or not guilty. The prosecution and the defense, their purpose is to sway the members of the jury to their side, because they are the people who decide the sentence. And thank you, that's the end of my speech.